There's one time of year that my phone blows up. Our Instagram, our email, our Facebook, our YouTube, podcast, everywhere is full of the same questions. What do I do with daylight savings? Parents are terrified of what's going to happen with their baby when daylight savings is coming. Not to worry, I've got your back, mama, and it is not going to be as bad as you think. You can even start preparing and shifting your baby now, which is the really cool thing. So I'm going to walk you through how to do daylight savings. This is our daily baby sleep tip, and so it happens every day, so make sure you subscribe. Tomorrow we'll be touching on how to bounce back from daylight savings if it doesn't go as smooth as you hoped. So what is daylight savings? It's that shift that happens twice a year. And today we're talking about falling back. In the fall or the autumn where I'm from, that's when we fall back an hour. So I always find it helpful to write it out because it can get really confusing. The spring forward generally affects morning time, and that's where we're doing most of our work. Fall back, however, we're looking at bedtime mostly. So that is our biggest shift, and it's going to change things accordingly. Here's how we're going to do it. Consider what is happening. You have things that are usually like 7 p.m. This is the ideal bedtime for a baby, so this is going to be what we work off. We have 7 p.m. It's now going to become 6 o'clock in the evening. If we were to just put our baby to bed an hour early, what do you think is going to happen? Baby is going to be angry. Angry. When a baby is not ready to go back to sleep or to finish that awake time, they can be really upset. For the most part, some babies will roll around in the crib. However, if it's an hour beforehand, they're not going to be pleased about it. So let's talk about how we can adjust things smoothly. So what we're going to do is 2 days before daylight savings, we're going to move their bedtime by 15 minutes. You always start changes at bedtime. So we're going to start at bedtime. So if your baby's bedtime was 7 o'clock, we're now going to move it to 7:15. A baby should be able to push an extra 15 minutes without getting too extra overtired. This is why we're not going to do the 1 hour jump. Otherwise, it's going to be really tough on them. So you're going to then put baby to bed 15 minutes later. So this will be 7:15 old time. By doing this, we're preparing for it falling back an hour. Do this for 2 days. And so starting at bedtime the next day, all of your naps are going to be 15 minutes later. Do this for 2 days. Then we're going to have daylight savings fall back. This year it is on November 7th. So for the 5th and the 6th, we're doing a 15-minute jump. The 7th and the 8th, we're going to do another 15-minute jump. That lands us in the midway point. So we're kind of halfway through, and it is a little bit easier to figure out from here because you're doing half jumps instead of full jumps. Then what we're going to do is do after the next 2 days, so this is the 9th and the 10th, we're going to do another 15-minute jump. So putting your baby to bed, now we're already on the new time, so old time that would be 7:15, new at 7:45, and the new time it would be 6:45. You see what I'm doing here? I'm doing 15 minutes every 2 days, and I'm starting the change always at bedtime. Then, after those 2 days, we're going to make that full leap. We have some exceptions to the rules always, right? Babies are unique, they're different, so don't expect that it may go smoothly, or your baby may need to take longer at one certain point. If you find that your baby is getting overtired by this change, let's just pause there for an extra day or two. There's no harm in that. You can just pause, say you're going to be at 6:30 for a couple of days, and then start to move it. Staying there any longer than 4 days will move the body clock there. So we want to keep moving things forward. So as we move things forward, if your baby is not coping, we're going to pause. Also, it's okay if we need some extra naps in there, and it's okay if we need an early bedtime. Then, if you find that baby has not bounced back in the next 2 weeks, then there could be something bigger at play. And that's really where I would encourage you to reach out to us or to grab one of our courses. I find that it generally will take about a week for things to adjust. In the morning, if baby is sleeping in, make sure that you wake them up at the desired awake time so that we are able to start the day off on an easier foot. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. And remember to subscribe to get your daily baby sleep tip. This is going to serve you well for the next 4 years of your baby's life. Hey there, Mama. Are you feeling exhausted, frustrated, and just a little defeated? I hear you, and I've been there. And thankfully, I can help. Let's teach your baby to sleep. I'm talking 10 to 12 hours of sleep each night. Little Wink's Sleep Baby program uses a science-based, gentle, parent-present approach that fosters healthy attachment while teaching independent sleep skills. We don't believe in letting your baby cry it out. This program includes everything you need, such as our insider strategies, both on night sleep and naps, as well as extras like our monthly live Q&A.